It's week 1 of the National Football League. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Jets and the Chiefs next on EA Sports.
It is perhaps the best home field advantage in all of football, and certainly the loudest, as we welcome you to GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Today, it's the opener of the NFL season. It's going to be the New York Jets taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, and Charles, there's nothing quite like it. That feeling of beginning another NFL season, and these two squads are going to do just that in a moment.
And what makes it so exciting is the range of possibilities these teams have before them, because we could be seeing one of these teams earn the Lombardi Trophy in February, while the other, they could earn the #1 draft pick in April, or anything in between. And we've got the best seat in the house every step of the way.
Here's a punter, Thomas Morstead, to get this one started. And we are underway from Arrowhead. Taking it about the 1. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
And when you think of Patrick Mahomes, you start to think about all of his attributes, and you realize very quickly, you can't just put him into one box. No matter how the game proceeds, no matter what is needed, he tends to have an answer for it and plays accordingly.
Right to the air is Mahomes. And incomplete to open things up. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Mahomes will try again on second down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. Able to avoid him. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Well, we got a pause here for an injured player, and as you can see, that's Patrick Mahomes right now who's in some discomfort, and everybody kind of holding their breath. Well, just the last thing you want to see here in the of a new season. Hopefully nothing serious. We'll step aside for a moment. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Off play action. Bryant. He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Bryant. He'll check this one down to Pacheco. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. And the officials here are going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. From the gun on 3rd down. Bryant. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Bryant. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback.
To throw again. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by their highly decorated quarterback, Aaron Rodgers.
There have been very few quarterbacks in the NFL who have been as consistent throughout their career as Aaron Rodgers. He's been good for so long, and we've seen no decline in his skills. His accuracy and arm strength continue to elevate the talent around him, and his in-game mistakes, few and far between.
Rodgers and the Jets now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. A man from nearby Wichita, it's Breece Hall. And they're able to get this one across the 35. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Now a play fake. Rodgers. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. This pass out wide to Hall. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space. It turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. This is shaping up to be a really nice-looking drive to get the season underway here.
And how long do you think that they actually have been plotting this drive? I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? They've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think they're executing it even better than what they expected.
They'll run with Hall. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Breece Hall taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Jets are on the board here first in the season opener. So both sides of the football contributing here early. Their defense forces the punt, and then the offense takes it down the field and punches it in on the short touchdown run.
And, Brandon, that's good complementary football, and that's what they're going to need if they want to get out of here victorious.
Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was capped off by a Breece Hall touchdown run. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result had he opted for the touchback. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Bryant. And his throw's going to be incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Bryant. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco. A decent run there following the display of quick feet down just inside the 45. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
From the 43, it's 2nd and 3. Off play action. Bryant. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you. All right, so if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets 1st down.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a 1st down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
Pick it up.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Jets with the football here to start the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a play action. Rodgers. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field. Would have a defensive tackle right there. He just hold the line. He provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Zerline's kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This taken in right around the goal line. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. Right now they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football certainly paramount right now.
Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone who might touch the ball is getting the same message. Guys, ball security, paramount. Let's take care of it, and if we do, we've got a chance to put points on the board.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Bryant. And his throw here's incomplete. Well, the incompletion, but now we also have an injured player. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. The offense on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Looking to throw. Bryant. And that will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And taken right at the 35. It'll be a 48-yard punt. 5 there on the return. And the Jets will take over. Another drive coming up for New York's offense. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Put your foot on the gas. Exactly. Put it all. And try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Rodgers and the Jets now with a 1st and 10 at the 40. He'll give it to Hall to start the drive. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now whistles come in before the snap. Looked like one of the Jets may have moved. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still 1st down.
The full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. A toss left side for Hall. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. But the converse is, though, you've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Hall again on 2nd down. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15.
Holding offense.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. On play action, it's Rodgers. This one finds Wilson downfield. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That's good for 28 yards.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up for the 1st and goal.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal. One more time with Hall. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it here with Hall. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line.
Holding offense.
Hey, baby, this ain't good enough for us.
So defensively, they let the play stand. They'd rather have the down as it'll bring up 4th. So Rodgers will depart, and on is Greg Zuerlein for the Jets field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Zuerlein's kick is up and through. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Taking it about the 1. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. And now here comes Kansas City. They find themselves down 13-0 here as they try to get things started offensively. 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Bryant. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. To throw on 2nd down. Bryant. And that'll be caught by Tony. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Throwing on first down. Bryant. This one complete. It's Rashee Rice. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Rashee Rice, 61 yards. And the Chiefs are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here. They did indeed. A lot of football. Full half to be played.
The extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 13-7. And they'll accept that penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Jets going to take over now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
On play action, now Rodgers. And check down complete to Hall. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
That's taken on the 25. A nice run back there off the good punt. It's a 16-yard return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Throwing to start the drive. Bryant. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it second down. Back to throw. Bryant. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. On first down, Bryant. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. That is incomplete. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season, so let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll start with an AFC East battle down in South Florida, Buffalo at Miami. and they are just about ready to head to halftime with the Dolphins on top. The Dolphins looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. From there, we head to the Big Apple, more specifically to MetLife Stadium in Jersey to check on the Giants. And they trail the visiting Eagles at halftime. Devontae Smith, a touchdown catch in that first half. Finally, we'll save the biggest for last as we head to AT&T Stadium to see what's happening with the Cowboys at home in Arlington. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. Christian Watson, a touchdown reception. We were treated to a solid first half out of the running back, Breece Hall. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break. It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after that first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in week one, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. Now the Jets going to take over on offense to begin this third quarter. This offense set to begin the third quarter, and Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 58 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. He finds Wilson. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. Straight ahead is Hall. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Ball again on 2nd down. And a short gain here down to the 22. The 2nd down play not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside, or they can really shred your defense.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Flushed out right. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him the first.
Oh, man. Just when the D thought they had the answer for him, he went and changed the question. Surprises him by taking off himself. Is able to set up his offense pretty with a 1st and goal.
Oh, how about this on 1st and goal? That's going to line up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Now Rodgers on the bootleg. That's complete right around the 8. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal. Rodgers going to throw. A bullet throw
too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Zerline's kick is up and through. And now it's a two-score game at 9, 16-7. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, the kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
And he's able to get up here to the 26. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Off the play fake. Bryant. Open man right side is Tony. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down.
Second and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. On the slant is got Hardman. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
And there, even if you've got to take something off that throw so that he slows down to catch it, that's far more preferable than what happened there. A big miss on what should have been a touchdown.
Again, he'll drop the throw. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Bryant. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Quentin Williams providing a little deja vu. Back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on to punt for Kansas City. This is taken at the 10. And shoves him off at the 20. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The Jets offense now works their way back onto the field. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added onto their lead, but that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game, but we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true.
Yeah.
Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
Now Rodgers throwing on second down. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the third quarter. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. It's Jet football as they've got the lead here, and we get set to begin quarter number 4. Rodgers now on first down. That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to be pushed out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 44 yards.
And this is seemingly how it's been all game long. This defense has been just a step too slow. And here they're burned again. Another big play.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. Here's Rodgers. And it's caught. That'll bring up second and goal after the gain of 5. And the offense moving quickly to the line. They'll try to run with Hall. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Jets are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead.
Well, this offensive line has really stepped up to the challenge here because those Mastodons, they've been sensational clearing holes all game long. And this is great work down here near the goal line to give their back the space he needs to work his way into the end zone.
Rodgers will throw for it. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. And, of course, on the two-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Chiefs offense set to go. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. This offense so far on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Work in the middle of the field. And a loose football. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And while all of that was going on, we have an injured player out there in need of some attention. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. They'll look to throw again. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
Back to throw again. That'll be caught. It's Tony. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. On 1st and 10, Bryant. He'll drop this off to Pacheco. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco from 13 yards out. And the Chiefs have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Well, they needed 3 scores to have any chance. There's the first of the 3 as they get into the end zone.
Yeah, Brandon, I think that our guys at Next Gen Stats in charge of the win probability are probably saying your chances still aren't great. But now, you still got more than 3 minutes to go. You got to focus on the task at hand, which is going to be getting the football back as quickly as possible.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. It's up and good, so they claw back into it, 24-14 now. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Jets have got it. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. Paul want to give up the middle. He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, this game's over.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. Play action. Now it's Rodgers.
This pass out wide to Hall.
And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 4th down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
They'll go for it. It's Hall.
Fighting his way in for a Jets touchdown.
Breece Hall
with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns.
And the Jets are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. But you get down this deep, Charles, you hate to settle for a field goal. They roll the dice on 4th down, really just hoping to get that first. But as it turns out, they take it all the way into the end zone.
You mentioned that they took a little bit of a gamble there. Think about it this way. Most teams throw the ball in this situation in the NFL, so they really gamble with a running play, and boy, did it pay off. Pay dirt.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Chiefs ready to rock again on offense. Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clear.
Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Throwing on first down. Bryant.
He'll check this one down to Pacheco.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up second down. Looking to throw. Bryant. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing till the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 36. Back to throw. Bryant. His throw incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Bryant. And his throw's going to be incomplete. It's been that kind of a day so far throwing the football. It just seems like nothing going right offensively.
Yeah, it's a catch that should have been made, pure and simple. And look, everything else that goes into running a good pass route, throw it all out if you don't catch the ball.
Been that kind of game throwing the football so far. Nothing going right offensively. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
We're going to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Jets are going to get the football back. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line.
Now Hall to start the drive.
And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Hall again on 2nd down.
A good move. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
They'll toss it out right here to Hall.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
2nd down and a yard. Here's Hall again.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between week 1 and week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for the Giants, hey, you get a win, you get it on the road. You can't ask for much more than that to start the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens. That'll do it for us.